Hi everyone. Hi. Good evening. So, today I have an interesting topic that I want to talk about. So, tonight I just wanted to be simple. I just wanted to be straightforward and I just wanted to talk about something that I've been dying to just mention and I've just been dying to talk about this. So today I'm going to talk about cars. Now I know that cars are mostly admired by guys, and not us girls, but well then, to all guys out there, you have found a number one fan of cars. And not just any car. Specifically, I'm talking about German muscle. So, you have found yourself a big, big fan of cars. Nay. So, today I just wanted to raise something like it's been on my mind. And like I've said, I think I've mentioned this in my very first video that I've uploaded on my channel that I've been doing Twitter spaces, but now I've stopped now that I've decided to create my own YouTube channel, right? So you all know that German material has always been the best. German muscle has always been the best. And for me, quite frankly, it's still the best. I mean, come on, guys. Mercedes is such a great car, but more specifically, the Maybach GLS, bruh, it's just wow. Like, super wow. And I didn't know that Maybach was bought by Mercedes Benz. I just found out recently that Maybach was bought by Mercedes and it was created by this guy called Wilhelm Maybach along with his son. Is it Carl Maybach? Yes, with his son. So, not only German material is the best, but we have other cars out there that are also the best. And obviously, we all know that cars are here on earth for just only one purpose: transportation, right? And I will say this again: things such as cars are manipulated by human beings to make our lives more easier and more efficient, right? Yes, right. And obviously, cars would not be the same. We have sedans, hatchbacks, coupes, SUV coupes, double cabs, and so forth and so forth, right? Each having their own different characteristics, their own purpose, and whatnot. But for me, I just feel that not all cars will meet our needs as human beings. For example, we know that a luxury sedan can never travel on gravel road, right? We all know that a luxury sedan is specifically built for luxury, meaning that it's supposed to be on tar road, not gravel. You understand? I mean, you can even like definitely tell that the features that it has, those features don't really accommodate for off-road traveling. You understand? Apart from like if maybe you own a luxury vehicle, a luxury SUV, actually, let me just say, yeah, then you know that okay, this car has features that probably accommodated for off-road traveling, as we all know that SUVs are off-roaders, right? Yeah, and they have a lot of ground clearance, as we all know, and they are pretty heavy. So I feel that a lot of car companies, car dealerships, I feel like when they design a certain car, let's say, for example, you are designing a luxury vehicle, you decide to say, okay, let's just design this luxury vehicle. I feel that this luxury vehicle should have features that accommodated for off-road traveling, because not all places have like the best roads, but maybe, let's say by chance, you travel to the place where, okay, the roads are not so good, and you know that you adore your car so much. So I say that each car should have like that kind of feature that supports it for off-road traveling, ne? And then BMW, guys, like, my question for BMW is that why are they designing lot design cars? Why does it have lot design models? Because we all know that lot design uses a lot of carbon fiber, and we all know that BMW is that type of car that uses a lot of carbon fiber. So what's the point of having a lot design model when already the BMW has so much carbon fiber? Like, why? Like, why? Like, that's my question. Why? Because this carbon fiber is specifically meant to balance this car, right? Not to make it too heavy, because we all know that BMW is one of the most balanced cars that we know. So why? And then there's this other question also that I have for BMW. Why are you designing a 7 Series long? For example, a 740 Li X Drive, because that L stands for long. 740 long X Drive. That I stands for the fact that it's petrol, its engine uses petrol and not diesel. If it was diesel, then it could have been a 740 LD X Drive. But why are you designing a 7 Series long when already you know that the 7 Series is long? I mean, it's designed long. And I feel like they're forgetting the fact that the longer it gets is the heavier it gets. So why? Which brings me to another question for Cadillac. The Cadillac Escalade. If you guys follow Cadillac, well, I follow Cadillac, and unfortunately I love it. So a few days ago, I was watching a video on YouTube, right here on YouTube. So I saw the all new Cadillac Escalade long ESV by Lot Design. So I asked myself the same question. I was like, Cadillac Escalade is long, like it's a long car. So what's the point of designing a Cadillac Escalade long by Lot Design, whereas the Cadillac Escalade is already long, and the longer it gets is the heavier it gets? I mean, Cadillac Escalade is super long, guys. Like, when you look at the rear, it's like long, and the Lot Design is worse. The ESV long by Lot Design, it is worse. And as I was looking at it, like the video, I could see like this car is probably about 7 or 8 meters long, because it's so long. And the Cadillac Escalade is big, guys. And let's not forget that the Cadillac Escalade is a luxury SUV too. So why design the Escalade long, whereas the Escalade is already long? Like, what's the use? Like, I just want to know, like, what's the use? And then Audi. There's something that I'd also like to say about Audi. I don't want to sound negative or try to be out of line, but I just have to raise this one. I've noticed that a lot of people think that Audi is the most balanced, most fastest, most beautiful. It's basically everything that you're looking for in a German car. Do you understand? But I feel like it's not exactly what they say it is. For example, they say that Audi has the best technology. Audi has the best sound. Audi is the most balanced. Audi is the most. Okay, I get that. But in terms of technology, I feel that it's lacking somewhere. Do you understand? Like the interior design is beautiful, but when it comes to technology, I feel like it's lacking somewhere. You understand? And I feel like a lot of Audis look the same when it comes to the interior design. Like there's not really a difference. And when it comes to like the power, the engine capacity, it's still the same. Let's take a look at the Audi R7. Um the 2020 Audi R7 produces 600 horsepower along with 800 newton meters of torque. The same applies with the Audi R7 for 2021. The same with the Audi R7 for 2022 and 2023. So you can see that there's no difference in the power, no difference in the interior. Like it's just basically the same. Like the sound also has not changed. You understand? Yes, it is the fastest car that I've seen, but I feel like it's overly expensive. You understand? Like there's no need for it to be so expensive because I feel like it's lacking somewhere. You understand? There's just that something missing. And if you like notice, not a lot of people buy Audi because the prices are so unreasonable. Like it's overly expensive. Do you understand? And once you design a car brand and make it overly expensive, not a lot of people are gonna buy it, and there's a chance that maybe it might get discontinued. You understand? So I feel like they should reconsider what I'm saying. They should think about what I'm saying because I'm saying it from the bottom of my heart, and I'm saying it. I mean it, guys, because take a look at the X Class, the Mercedes-Benz X Class. Ne? If for those of you who know the X Class, I hope that you do know that the X Class is inspired by the Nissan Navara. Mercedes-Benz partnered up with Nissan Navara. So let's fast forward. The X Class got discontinued because basically the X Class is basically a Nissan Navara. The only difference is that it's more of a Mercedes version. You know, it's sort of like a Mercedes version, yeah, Nissan Navara. So people didn't want to buy it because it's expensive. Imagine having a Nissan Navara that is like so overly expensive. I mean, it's not even built for tough. So what's the point of buying a van that is not built for tough, but rather luxury? You understand? So in other words, it became useless. You know, because a lot of people, they expected to be able to travel on road and off road and whatnot and whatnot. You understand? So X Class basically was not really all of that, hence it got discontinued. The sales were poor. So yeah, we're just trying to avoid all of that. You know, but then we also have other great cars like Porsche, Ford, Maserati, Land Rover, Bugatti, Koenigsegg, and the like, McLaren, Rolls Royce, Bentley, and all of that and all of that. But I'm not saying that I'm the biggest fan of all of cars. I'm just the kind of girl who's into German material, you know? And then one thing that disappointed me is the Maserati, the Levante. I expected Maserati Levante to have this beautiful interior design, the seats, the technology, but it seems that it's lacking. So I'm not really happy. I mean, I am a big fan of Maserati. I don't want to say big fan, but I also do love the Maserati, but not just any Maserati, the Levante. So I saw that, okay, the interior design, it's lacking. The exterior is beautiful, but the interior, it still has to work on a lot more. Do you understand? And I feel like there are cars out there that are so great, but it's just that there are other cars that are standing in the way of this car being seen. Do you understand? So let me just say, Porsche. Not a lot of people admire Porsche. You know, a lot of people admire Mercedes and BMW. So I feel like these two entities are standing in the way of this car being noticed. Like, you understand? You know, I feel like they're just standing in the way for this car to just finally get its breakthrough, to just finally be noticed out there, you know? So, yeah. And then obviously within cars, each car has its own best competitor, you understand? And when we say best competitor, we're saying we are comparing these two cars that share significant features or similar features, similar power, fuel consumption. Do you understand? They share almost the same features, and the power is like slightly the same. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? Let's take, for example, the Mercedes S Class and the BMW 7 Series. The BMW 7 Series is only 2 pounds heavier than the S Class. Okay. And I'm not talking about like not just any 7 Series, the M760 Li X Drive and the Maybach S Class. So both engines, it's V12. The Maybach S Class engine capacity is 6 liters, and the BMW 7 Series engine capacity is 6.6. So you can see that already, when in terms of engine capacity and power, you can see that okay, it's almost the same, right? So yeah, I am a big fan of cars. I really am. And when I view cars as people. I believe that there's not only one community, we have two communities. We have the community of people, us human beings, and then we have a community of cars, right? This beautiful large community of cars, right? And in this beautiful community of cars, we find different cars with a variety of features, you know, sharing significant features, similar features, and all of that. We have best competitors and blah 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 blah. So I believe that cars are just as powerful as us. Cars can bring people together, or rather bring them apart. Do you understand? So I feel like as people, loving cars is just the same as being a big fan of football or whatever. You understand? It's just that, like I said in my previous video, that there's some things that we don't notice. You understand? The things that go unnoticed. So I believe that cars also have that capability, you know, because let's say if I were to have this beautiful AMG orchestra and I say, you know what, I am taking this orchestra to Rustenburg and I'm gonna let people watch this live beautiful AMG orchestra, because you know the beauty of cars, you know the beauty of the sound that comes within that AMG orchestra. You know how much power is exerted through that AMG orchestra. You understand? You have a variety of AMG models, because an AMG orchestra is just basically this constellation of cars, and then they like all rev together, and like thousands of horsepower and torque is like, you know, exerted. You get to listen to this. It's basically like one sound from different cars, from different AMGs. It's like they are just there, and then they like all exert their sounds, creating one sound, one beautiful riveting blast, and so much power is exerted through that, so much horsepower, so much torque is exerted through that. You understand? So yes, there's an AMG orchestra for you people. I don't know if other cars do this, but I first saw an AMG orchestra on YouTube, and I loved it. I thought that was amazing. It was something small though, but I loved it. So imagine if you decide to do the largest orchestra that the world has ever seen. I mean, imagine how much beauty there is. You understand? Imagine the life that comes out of there. The life that comes out of these cars. So yeah, or unless you decide to do this rev battle between German cars only, or Mercedes-Benz biggest rival, BMW. You decide to do this rev battle between AMG and M Performance. But we all know that AMG has the best sound. We all know that. Well, Mercedes as a whole, it has the best sound. Let me just put it that way. So, and then maybe let's say we add a bit of Brabus there, a bit of Maybach there. It would be, a bit of Mansory. It would be something magical, something that the world has never seen. And remember that these cars did not just come to life. Each car has its own history. Each car has its own creator. We all know that. I believe that a car is not made, but rather it's born. Do you understand? It's an idea that somehow manifested, and then a car was born. You understand? This car was born. This car has come on earth to fulfill its purpose. So yeah, it's just like us human beings. You are born. You come with a purpose. If your purpose is to help people, you help people. But we all know that all cars have one purpose. But I believe that it's not just one purpose. Transporting people, the sound, the engine, the comfort. Everything about cars is just amazing. The engine, the exhaust, the engine basically was handcrafted, and the engine is the heart of a car. And without the engine, we don't have a car. We just don't. So the suspension also counts as a purpose. The ground clearance, the technology, that also counts. You understand? But I feel like a lot of people, when they see a car, basically, obviously, the looks, when you look at that car, you see the looks, but then you're also thinking, you're wondering, how much power does this car deliver? How much power does it exert? I mean, do you know what I'm saying? The price, how much is it? The features and all of that. It's best competitor. You ask yourself a lot of questions. What's gonna happen if I buy this car? Imagine the stunts that I can pull when I'm around people. Those kind of questions. So yeah, man, I just wanted to share this with you guys. And remember that not all engines are the same. Not all cars have the same engines. We have V6, V8, V10, V12, V16. We have V16 engines, DSG, L6 engines, 3-cylinder inline engines, 4-cylinder inline engines. Yeah, man, multi-valve engines, and the like and the like. So, that's me, the biggest fan of cars, and hopefully, I hope one day I will get to Germany and watch a live AMG orchestra from there, see the main core of Mercedes Benz, and hopefully, and learn the history and learn more history about the Mercedes Benz and everything. But thank you for watching.